on this channel. Finally, the time has come when we are going to have our discussion on understanding the yearly planetary movements in the year 2021. After whatsoever we have faced in this particular year, where we are moving ahead with this hope that 2021 is not only going to put an end to all of our miseries, but also make us open towards all the opportunities. So what I'm going to do in this video is that I've already uploaded a video where I have explained you the planetary influence in the form of numerological numbers. How could we decode the energies of 2021 as per our personal year? If you want to get a clarity, you can also watch that video as well. I'm going to mention the link of that previous video in the description box of this video. And in this video now we are going to focus only on the astrological planetary involvements and contribution to the year 2021. So guys, I'm going to divide this video in two parts. First part, which is going to remain common for all the 12 ascendant natives, where I'm going to explain you the major transit movements which is going to happen in the year 2021. And in the second part, we will try to understand what 2021 is going to bring specifically for you. Whatsoever planetary transit movements we are going to discuss in the first part of this video, how is it going to affect you as per your ascendant in a very customized way. So okay guys, let's just start our discussion on understanding the major planetary movements in the year 2021. It's very simple. Whenever we have to look at any particular year's theme, we always give emphasis and more emphasis to the slow moving planets, because they have the capacity to bring a major change in our life, to lay foundation to something very substantial which we want to achieve. So from this particular perspective, we generally give emphasis to the transit of the planet Saturn, because Saturn stays in one zodiac sign for around 2.5 years. Second priority always goes to the nodes Rahu and Ketu, because they also stay in one sign for nearly 1.5 years of time. Then the third priority goes to the planet Jupiter, because Jupiter's stay also stays in one sign for near about 10 months to 1 year of time. So first we are going to discuss how Saturn's going to behave in the year 2021. Now just because I've already explained it to you that Saturn generally stays in one sign for nearby around 2.5 years of time, but behind each zodiac sign in our Vedic astrology, which is very comprehensive, which is very layered and detailed, behind each zodiac sign there is the energy of 3 asterisms, 3 nakshatras, which provides their energy, their contributing qualities to the functioning of that zodiac sign. So guys, in the year 2021, Saturn is majorly going to spend most of his time even behind the Capricorn in the Shravan Nakshatra. Now you need to understand first what are the underlying qualities of this asterism, this nakshatra, which is going to influence the behavior of the Saturn, which in a way is going to affect all of us. So I mean to say, whenever we have to talk about the Shravan Nakshatra. So see, Shravan is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Moon. Shravan is a nakshatra which lies in the core of the Capricorn zodiac sign. Now Capricorn has a region from 10 degrees to 23 degree 20 minutes. Whenever we have to talk about Capricorn, the first thing which comes to our mind is about organizational skills, about very career driven approach. So I mean to say, all of these qualities which you must have heard or which you must associate with Capricorn zodiac sign underlies and get kind of compact in the functioning of this Shravan Nakshatra. So the way it has been described in our Vedic scriptures is that just because the ruling deity of this star Shravan is Lord Vishnu, which in itself is a preservator, and the goddess Saraswati, which represents all form of knowledge, all form of wisdom, all form of learning. So the thing is, in the functioning of this Shravan Nakshatra works in a way where a lot of emphasis is being given to your discipline and moreover and your capability to access all the form of wisdom and knowledge around you. So a lot of emphasis is being attached to the listening. So now what is going to happen is that in the year 2021, when Saturn will be transiting this Shravana Nakshatra, it is good in a way that, for example, rather than being very acting like someone who is bit nonchalant, who is not very concerned or who is kind of bit unconcerned about the wise advices of the other people, your behaviors, your endeavors have to be receptive enough in order to understand the goodness, the wisdom around you. You have to be, get into that meditative stance where you have to listen to your inner voice. I mean to say, guys, had there been a planet like Mars, if it will be transiting this asterism, which all about sharing of the knowledge, being accessible to the knowledge, then we could have said that for Mars, being proactive could reap you the results. But for a planet like Saturn, which in itself represents discipline, being passive qualities, the transit of Saturn in this Shravana Nakshatra could be looked at from the perspective that this year, something concrete is definitely going to happen in your life. Some good opportunities you're definitely going to invite in your life, even from the meditative and the spiritual elevation. This year is definitely going to be very, very eye-opener for you. But the only thing is that you have to remain open towards listening to the wise counsel around you. So this is something, guys, which you can associate as the behavior and functioning of Saturn in the year 2021. Now the most important part is that, see, the first charan or the pada of Shravan is being ruled by the Aries Navamsa, which is all about logic, career oriented drive approach. You can associate with it. The second pada of Shravana Nakshatra is about the Taurus Navamsa, where the emphasis is put forth more on the organizational skills, about fixity in your your approach towards the fulfillment of your goals. But the most important part is that, and where Saturn is going to spend a majority of its portion of time in the year 2021, that is going to be in this Shravan's third pada. So now third pada is being ruled by the Gemini Navamsa, where a lot of emphasis is being given on the communication, about the resourcefulness, about acquiring new skill. And this time period is going to be from the month of April to the month of July. In the month of June and July, Saturn is also going to go retrograde, but it is going to stay in the Shravana Nakshatra's third pada. So I mean to say, guys, this is going to be a time period where you can encash a lot from Saturn's transit in this Shravana Nakshatra. Not only that, guys, even while taking out the auspicious timings, it is being believed that any task undertaken or started in the time of predominance of Shravana Nakshatra goes towards the successful final completion. So a lot related to permanent victory, laying foundation for something concrete, substantial in your life can be associated with the transit of Saturn in the Shravana Nakshatra in the year 2021. Let's move ahead, guys. The next slow moving planet which is going to impact our lives due to its transit in the year 2021, which is important to study, is the planet Rahu. Now the case with Rahu is that whichsoever Rahu transits basis your ascendant, it is being seen and it is being observed that certain degree of luck can be experienced in that particular house. Sudden thrust of fascination, obsession towards the signification of the house has been observed in the lives of many people wheresoever Rahu is being transiting in their house from the ascendant. So I mean to say, guys, in the year 2021, Rahu is majorly going to transit even within the Taurus zodiac sign, where it is transiting currently in the Rohini Nakshatra. So a major like 3/4 of its time in the year 2021, it's going to be spent in the Rohini Nakshatra. Now you need to understand the qualities which gets represented by Rohini. Rohini is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Moon. Rohini represents all kind of civilization, production, allure, charm, good interpersonal skills. So I mean to say, Rahu, which in itself represents materialistic desires, Rahu has got that insatiable appetite. And at the time when I made a video on understanding the result of Rahu's transit in this Taurus zodiac sign, I already explained it to you people, that this transit is actually going to invoke and encourage Rahu to attain the financial and materialistic desires which it always craves for. So I mean to say, in this Rohini Nakshatra, Rahu's energy is going to manifest in the form in the year 2021, where native is definitely going to make himself or herself financially stable, financially secure, and lot of efforts will be put forth in the form of attaining luxury or in the form of attaining comforts in the life. This is something which you can see as a form of probable results for Rahu's transit in the Rohini Nakshatra, which is going to remain from the month of February till the month of October. You can attach it with that. And when we talk about the Kritika Nakshatra, where Rahu is going to stay only for the 2 months in the November and December, there could be a little bit of the turmoil and the clash of energies, because Kritika is a nakshatra which is being ruled by Rahu's enemy Sun. And the second thing is that Rahu's way of functioning has got little bit of the wheel of illusion in it. There is little bit of the manipulation, there is little bit of the diplomacy in it. But when we talk about the functioning of Kritika, there is a very on your face approach, because of which there Rahu's functioning, Rahu's plans could get into bone of contention. But apart from that, for the major and the majority of the year of 2021, Rahu's transit in the Rohini Nakshatra could be seen as a very good sign for all the people who are connected with the fields of import and export, anything related to travel business, anything related to financial markets, anything related to art and mass media business. All these people can straight away get benefited because of the Rahu's transit in the year 2021 in the Rohini Nakshatra. Let's move ahead, guys. If you need to understand the transit of Ketu in the year of 2021. So as you people know that Ketu will be transiting in the sign of Scorpio throughout the year 2021. Now it is very important, because whichsoever house Ketu transit from your ascendant, it has the capacity to bring lifetime changes in the signification of that house. Any form of churning out, all form of transformation, being and becoming perfectionist in the signification of the house where Ketu is transiting from your ascendant, all of that remains possible whichever time Ketu is transiting in that particular house in your chart. Now the second thing is that behind the Scorpio zodiac sign, Ketu will be transiting in the nakshatra of Jyeshtha and in the nakshatra of Anuradha. Now you need to understand that Jyeshtha is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Mercury, where a lot of emphasis is being given to attaining power, attaining some leadership role, proving your supremacy in the society. So I mean to say, let's say for example, if in the year of 2021 you are running the fortunate time periods, Dasha period, which signify some kind of attainment of power. So the transit of Ketu could promise you that. And along with that, when Ketu will be transiting the Anuradha Nakshatra from the month of July till the month of December. So Anuradha represents all kind of friendly endeavors, becoming a part of the group and attainment of your goals in a very amiable way. And you cannot even ignore the fact that Anuradha is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Saturn, which is definitely going to be very empowered in this particular year's transit. And last, guys, if you need to understand the transit of Jupiter throughout the year of 2021, so I've already uploaded a video where I've explained that Jupiter will be transiting in the signs of Capricorn and Aquarius throughout the year of 2021. So till the month of April, it will be transiting in the zodiac sign of Capricorn. Then from April till the month of September, it will be transiting in the sign of Aquarius. From September to November, it will transit back to the Capricorn, and finally in the month of November, it is going to move ahead in the sign of Aquarius. Now the good part about this transit is going to remain that Jupiter's optimism might get suppressed, might get completely surrendered to the power and the disciplined streak of Saturn at the time when it is going to be transiting in the sign of Capricorn, being conjunct with already placed strong Saturn over there. But once it is going to move to the sign of Aquarius, that could be seen as a very fortunate time in working hard towards fulfillment of your goals, of your desires, along with becoming a part of the larger groups. You can look at it from that particular perspective as well. So this is something, guys, which I wanted to tell you and share a sneak peek of the planetary general movement in the year of 2021. Now we will try to understand by making a blend of all of these planets that what kind of results they are going to bring in our lives in the year of 2021. Okay guys, now we will try to understand how planetary transits are contributing this year 2021 as per your ascendant. So the trick is very simple. Whenever we have to do the yearly predictions, we always give attention to the slow moving planets, out of which Saturn gets maximum attention because it's Saturn only which holds the potential to bring something substantial in your life. So I mean to say, in this whole year, Saturn will be transiting your third house in the zodiac sign of Capricorn, and even behind Capricorn, a major portion of its stay is going to remain in the nakshatra of Shravan. Now you have to understand this thing that third house represents your power, valor, courage, and most importantly, all those changes which you can bring in your life by your own self-initiated efforts. That is the only reason whenever we have to look at any astrological chart from the objective of seeing the signs of success in business, we always give attention to the state and condition of the third house. So I mean to say, this year Saturn's transit and a strengthened state in the third house could be seen as a very positive sign for getting any of the success in your business endeavors. Second thing is that just because Saturn is going to be transiting in the Shravan Nakshatra, which kind of validates a permanent success, but at the same time Shravan also represents being accessible to all form of knowledge, wisdom, advices all around you. Now third house, which represents your neighborhood, your friend circle. So I mean to say, rather than acting out of impulse or not paying heed to your actions, if in this year you will remain very contemplative of your actions, so you can actually get all kind of resourceful contacts where you can, by connecting the dots, you can actually land to something very substantial in nature. Because the thing is, Saturn represents all kind of reclusiveness. Saturn is a very passive planet, but third house represents very outgoing qualities. Third house represents communication. Third house represents self-expression. So I mean to say, your actions, your thought process needs to be very contemplative in order to get the best result out of Saturn's transit in your third house. Now let's try to understand how is Jupiter is contributing this year for your ascendant. So Jupiter becomes the second house lord, which is the house of your finances. Jupiter becomes your fifth house's lord, which is the house of your speculation, risk-taking abilities. So what I can say over here is that I'm looking at you just because Jupiter is debilitated, but its debilitation is going through cancellation because of a strengthened Saturn. So I mean to say, in the matters of your finances, I'm looking at that you are actually going to put lot of thought while any of your financial dealing, and there will remain to be very futuristic vision when you are going to spend your money. So this could be seen as a very positive sign. Along with that, let's say for example, if you have given your money in the past to within your neighborhood or to your friends where you're not able to get back your money, so a strengthened Saturn in the third house could also bring justice in all of your those situations as well. Now let's try to understand how is Rahu and Ketu are contributing this year. So guys, the thing is that the transit of Ketu in your first house, Ketu represents all kind of detaching qualities. So this year you have to remain very contemplative how you are going to express yourself. You do not have to become a victim of undermining yourself, lack of confidence, because Saturn, I forgot to tell you, Saturn also represents very passive qualities. Third house is the house of communication, self-expression. So Saturn is actually restraining you over there in the house of your communication. Ketu also represents all these kind of detaching qualities. So because of that, you have to actually, keep your confidence level at guard. Second thing is that the placement of Rahu in your 7th house could be seen as a very good sign. So let's say for example, Rahu will be transiting in the Taurus zodiac sign in the nakshatra of Rohini. So which kind of creates those kind of opportunities where you might run into all those kind of people who might be very well established, influential sect of the society. This time period of 2021 could be seen as very promising for you for any of the prospect of getting fame, you know, support of luck, support of your life partner, support of outside world, public. So from all those objectives perspective, this year could be seen as very promising for you. Just because your 3rd house is also very strengthened, so because of that, all those people who are connected to mass media, social media, journalism, content creation, even connected with construction can actually gain during this year of 2021 if your dasha and time period will also be running in tandem in favor. Okay guys, so this is something which I wanted to tell you as a general overview of what is actually happening as per your ascendant with the contribution of the slow moving planets. Now we will start taking up each category one by one, and we will try to understand what is actually happening in that narrowed zone of your life. So let's take up the case of your career first. As you know, whenever there is any concern of career, we always give attention to the condition of your 10th house, which tells about your professional aspirations, which is the house of your status, which is the house of your work life, work arena. We also give attention to the condition of the 6th house, which also tells about your daily work life, and 3rd house also gets a lot of attention because 3rd house also tells about your efforts. So what I'm looking at here guys, that you know your 10th house is actually going to get aspected by Jupiter from the month of April till the month of September. So that could be a time period where you could actually derive satisfaction out of all of your endeavors, all of your hard work. Second thing is that just because your Ketu is in your ascendant, so I can actually seeing you not getting overwhelmed because of any kind of indulgences, any kind of distractions. I can fairly see lot of concentrated efforts towards your career objectives, towards the accomplishment of your career goals. So because of that, not only the sectors which I mentioned, but apart from that or along with that, all those people who are self-employed or all those people who work with their skill can actually do very good in this year of 2021. So from the frame perspective, from the financial gains, this year seemed to be very promising for all of you people. Now let's try to find out what kind of theme I received from the tarot. So the card which I received, guys, that card came out to be the moon card. So guys, whenever you have to understand this moon card, this card is little bit vulnerable and tumultuous energy. I mean to say, the moon card just tells about that you have to remain very watchful of the people you will be dealing at the career front. Again, I want to make this thing clear that whatever I'm telling you from tarot, it's not like a probable or a concrete or a very precise answer. It's the divine instructions which we are getting in that particular zone of our life, like what kind of approach we need to follow this year. So for the matters of your concern of your career, you have to remain very much watchful of what kind of people you're dealing with, what are their credibility, what are their intentions, is like putting too much efforts, too much attention to them is worth it or not. So credibility of the people in this year needs to be judged very thoroughly. So let's move ahead, guys, to the next category. Let's try to find out what's happening at your financial front. So for any concerns of your finances, we always give attention to the condition of your 2nd house and the condition of your 11th house. 2nd house tells about your finances. 11th house tells about all kind of secondary income, all kind of opportunities. So as you can see over here is that Rahu is actually giving aspect to your 11th house, and it is also looking at your 3rd house. So the only thing is that the red flag which I am looking at over here is that once Jupiter is going to enter your 4th house, that could still be seen as a very promising time for any of your financial investments, of your financial projects to start reaping you good results. This year could be also seen as very promising for building your own home or getting property or getting your vehicle for the middle class families and all. So I mean to say this year could be seen as very promising from all those perspectives. The only thing is that, or the only area where you need to remain careful is that, while dealing with people, the only thing which I want to advise is taking second opinion, expert opinion, and making a habit of saving money this year. That's something which I want to advise you. Now let's try to find out what kind of theme I received from tarot for this area of your life. So the cards which I received, guys, the first card turned out to be the Three of Pentacles, which came out to be reversed. So this card is just giving us this intention and this indication that, whenever the Three of Pentacles card comes, had this card been upright, this card would have suggested that whatever you are trying to build from the scratch, that could materialize this year. All those of your, your material ambitions, your business ideas, business goals can be materialized, are, heading in the right direction. But just because this card is reversed, this card is just giving us this indication that for any of your new ventures, your new ideas, new aspiration, you need to work hard. There could be slow progress, so you need to remain bit patient and calm in the face or in the situation of any delays, because this is what Saturn's nature is while giving you good results or something big and strong in nature. And the final major arcana card, guys, which I received, that came out to be the Temperance card, which came out to be reversed. So see, guys, whenever we talk about the Temperance card just tells about good health, calmness, balance, contentment, inner peace. So what I'm looking at over here is that specifically for your financial concerns, there will remain to be little bit of the worries, there will remain to be little bit of the running around. So you need to remain bit in this mindset that whatever your financial concerns are going, whichever direction they are taking, things are going to fall in place, but you need to remain bit patient, bit calm, and try not to get very much agitated or very much stressed in the for the concerns of finances. So a balanced approach needs to be inculcated for the concerns of finance this year for you people. Let's move ahead, guys, and try to find out what is happening in the next category of your relationship front. Are relationship going to give you all kind of comforts, pleasure, or they are going to become a source of worries? So I mean to say, for any concerns of relationship, we always give attention to the original air houses of our astrological chart, like third house, which tells about our interaction within our neighborhood, within our close-knit circle, seventh house, which tells about our interaction with our life partner, and the 11th house, which tells about our interaction within the large group network. So I mean to say, this year what is going to happen is that, see, your third house of all those people who are close to you or known to you, that house is getting bit restricted. Along with Ketu is also present in the ascendant, but your 7th house is very much empowered. So I mean to say, this year seems to be very promising for you for run into and make new contacts. Like you might run into all kind of new people, strangers who might have some strong influence or impact on your life. So you can see this year from that angle. Now the second thing is that for any concerns of love, romantic liaisonship, your 5th house lord is debilitated in the 3rd house. So Saturn is only going to encourage you, because your 5th house lord is Jupiter, but it is completely getting controlled by a strengthened Saturn in the 3rd house. So for the matters of love, romantic liaisonship, Saturn is only going to encourage you or bring all those kind of relationship in your life which actually hold some credibility, genuinity, or with them there could be some probable future in, like you can see any probable future with them. So guys, this is something which I wanted to tell you from the astrological alignments. Let's try to find out what the tarot cards are indicating us. So from the tarot card, I just received one major arcana card, which turned out to be the Hermit card. So the Hermit card is just giving us this indication that for all kind of soul like partnership, soul relationship, this year just giving us this indication that you have to remain actively in the mode of search. Something concrete can happen, but only if the person, the relationship intentions are credible. So search is on, which could lead you in the right direction. Okay friends, moving to the last category where we will try to figure out what is happening at your academic front. So for any of the concerns of the academics, we always give attention to the condition of the third house. We also give attention to the condition of the fifth house, because fifth house is the primary house of education. So now what is happening here is that your fifth house Lord Jupiter is debilitated in the third house, which is giving us this indication that you need to work hard this year. Nothing is going to happen if you will have a very lazy or very laid back attitude. Second thing is that, see, whenever Saturn is strengthened in the third house, it just, empowers someone. It gives support to all of your efforts if they are being put in a very strategically in a right direction. This could help a person engaged in service to get the promotion, for someone in business to make his business flourish, and same ways all those people who are still undergoing school or they are student, they can also derive the good results. But the only thing is that you need to work hard. The time when Jupiter will come out of its debilitation from the month of April till the month of September, it will transit in your fourth house. That could still be seen as a promising time for all of you people. Now let's try to find out what kind of energies we received from tarot. So the cards which I received from tarot are, the first card is of the Six of Pentacles. This is just giving us this indication that this year you are actually going to remain lucky in the form of getting guidance from right set of people, teachers, tutors, or let's say for example, even if you need some of the financial aid or any of the scholarship you are awaiting for, you can actually remain lucky in that. Now the second thing is that the major arcana card which came, that is of the Wheel of Fortune, but this card is reversed. So this is just giving us this indication that if you will remain negligent or nonchalant, if your preparation will not be up to the mark, or you are just awaiting for lucky break that okay, during the last of the year things are going to happen or materialize on their own. So this attitude is not going to work this year. You need to work hard to push your Wheel of Fortune. For further more updates and notification on the science of astrology, please subscribe to my channel and like my Facebook page. Thank you.